Hey, peace world. Thanks for present playing another Pay Me No Mind sports and entertainment video. My name is Wood. I got to jump right into it. I really want to keep this as a short one. This is just a reaction to a writer, Armando Salguero, I think is how you pronounce his name, over on Outkick. He put out an article last week talking about Washington's otherwise fine rebuild plan has a terrible flaw. The terrible flaw is that the Washington football team, in his opinion, they haven't addressed the quarterback position. And that's a glaring area of weakness on the team. I'll give them that. And Salguero makes a lot of good points here. But to me, and I understand today's journalism and writing opinion pieces, op-eds, commentary, and I get it. But what he points to is the fact that the Washington football team took Chase Young, at number 2 overall, and they could have. And then he gets down into the piece and says that they could have taken Justin Herbert, who went on to win offensive rookie of the year, and we actually end up playing. That's who we opened the season with this year, this Sunday, as a matter of fact. And I get all of that, but I think the article's premise is a little short-sighted for the fact that, first of all, as a Washington football team fan, some of us are comfortable with the name as what it is while we understand they're working out the nickname situation. I don't know why some of these national guys keep harping on the nickname. It's a process to it, okay? But secondly, a lot of us are good, not okay. We're good with the direction that the team is heading in, and we understand a lot of the things at play here. The fact was, you can't come and give me Justin Herbert as the guy that we should have gotten when you don't take Justin Herbert number 2, knowing what you knew then. Matter of fact, Justin Herbert wasn't even the starter going into the season into the training staff out in Los Angeles. Did I say San Diego earlier? Into the training staff went to give Tyrod Taylor some kind of injection and punctured the man's lung. And that elevated Herbert into starting week 1, I believe. And he went and did what he did. I think another thing at that particular time, and he makes note of it in his piece, you still have Dwayne Haskins Jr. on the team at that time, and maybe holding out some hopes that you could get that young man's career going in the right direction. I think it would have been, I just don't think that the details were there to take a quarterback right there with the number 2 pick, knowing you just used the first round pick the year before to get Haskins. I also think maybe there was some concerns about another Oregon Duck quarterback not working out. You had Joey back in the day. I think the Lions might have taken him. Mariota, things was up and down. Things were up and down with him. Now he's a backup somewhere in the league. I'm not that somewhere out west, maybe even in whatever. He's out west somewhere. But I think, and then I think also, if you've been paying attention, I think what the goal was, you don't have to. Believe me, it helps if you can draft a quality quarterback somewhere in the middle of the round, in the middle of the first round that you didn't even need, but he's there and you can take him. And your quarterback situation, current situation, supports that type of move or decision. Then also, you got to keep in mind, you don't need a great quarterback to win it all. You really don't. There's several examples out there of Dilfer, maybe even a Hostetler or Brad Johnson. You can get the right guy when you can't secure the guy. There's also the plan out there, I think, was kind of going on, which one thing I was a big fan of, get one side of the ball settled. And I think Chase Young definitely does that. Chase Young is also him in the locker room seems to be phenomenal. He makes the whole team relevant again. We hadn't had a face of the team in over a decade. The brief moment with RG3 and whatnot. But like I said, I think most of us that follow the team, the football team, are content at what's going on. The one thing that I think we had in play was the fact that can we get the weapons together, the skill guys on the offensive side of the ball, and then can the defense be top 5, top 3, that maybe when you have these disgruntled quarterbacks out here, or this situation that the Tampa Bay Bucks found themselves in last year, you can bring an older quarterback in who wants to change the scenery, a last hurrah. Can we make ourselves pretty enough to be the bride at the altar, waiting for this, a Peyton Manning situation or the Brady thing, something like that. There's a number of different ways to address that situation. And if you do miss it in the draft, at the very top, those first 5 to 10 picks, you got to do other things. But I think all in all, the character, the quality of player, elite edge guy is another top 3 priority on every roster. I think to get a Chase Young where you got him, I think you roll with that and you figure out the rest of it on the back end. They also maybe they thought they had a little bit of a longer situation to work with Alex Smith. Although I think he had already had the horrific injury and whatnot. But like I said, Haskins was there and had some starts under his belt, a little bit of success here and there, was thought to have all the arm talent in the world of a top-tier quarterback, top 3rd quarterback. So I understand what Armando Salguero was trying to do. And, Washington's otherwise fine rebuild plan has a terrible flaw. I think he was spot on with what we could expect from Fitzpatrick. He mentioned the scenarios for his touchdown target versus his interception target. If the interceptions can be kept in the mid-teens, touchdowns 26 to 28, can get to the playoffs. Again, in something like football and all of these major sports, you just want a product out on the field or on the court, on the baseball diamond that you can support. You see a plan in place that something is being built towards, and you're not out of it after the first 4 games. You're not out of it 2 weeks into the season. And I think what's going on, the new regime that's in place in the nation's capital for the football team, I think they're figuring it out. That's just my 2 cents. Pay me no mind, sports and entertainment. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great.